All right. So
What the hell DMs?
nice. Nice.
Everything you know about using music in your streams and videos is wrong. You've been lied to by people who know even less than you and are opening your entire channel up to receiving copyright strikes, takedowns, and even being banned. Today we need to clear up and explain what is safe to use, what the hell DMCA is, what safe harbor means, how to tell if you've actually been copyright striked, but most importantly, we're going to show you how to actually find and use music in a way that will protect you, your content, and your platform. Everything I explain in today's video will be linked in the description so you can fact check me yourself, but for now, let's get straight into it. If we're talking safe music, then we need to clear up some major misunderstandings around DMCA, copyright strikes, and Twitch Safe Harbor. Mainly, what the fuck is all of that? In its simplest form, DMCA, or the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, is meant to protect artists and, well, anyone who makes anything.
Oh, 2 seconds. uh...
Really, from having their work stolen, sold, or used without their permission. As a content creator, it's even protecting you. If you want the nitty gritty, I'll link sources in the description, but for now, you've likely heard of it most often talked about in regards to TV shows, movies, or most likely, music. You've been told you need to use copyright-free music on your streams and videos, so you go find Spotify playlists or YouTube mixes that have that in the title. Except there is a massive issue here. Those aren't copyright-free. Technically, all music and
Yep. I can testify to that. That was what I did at first. I just went to Spotify, found a playlist that just said DMCA free copyright YouTube music, or Twitch and YouTube music, and then I just used that. I listened to that throughout the whole stream, and then when the live was uploaded, I had 27 copyright infringements. So that was nice. So yeah. So keep in mind that when you start streaming or well, keep in mind when you start streaming on Twitch or YouTube that you shouldn't just find a playlist on Spotify that's just a DMCA free music and then just use it and blast it on your streams. It doesn't work, and yeah, it didn't cause a lot of issues for me because I'm not monetized, but it does restrict the videos, and it will probably also cause some issues for you in the future if you do it. So don't do that. That's bad.
Really, everything that's been created is copyrighted. However, certain artists and labels have systems in place to let you use their music and their art. This could be through credit, it could be through a paid service, or a number of other ways that I'll show you later in the video. I'll also point out how just because something says copyright free in the title does not in any way mean it actually is, and weirdly, even if a musician says it's safe and gives you express permission, it also might not be. So there are three major ways you'll likely know of DMCA being used against creators, but they often get mixed up, confused, or misconstrued, so let's clear those up quickly. A warning would be what most of you have had in the past. This is to let you know that you've used content without the express permission of the rights holders. And because of that, you might have been muted, demonetized, or potentially all of the earnings from that content have been redirected to the actual rights holder instead. A tier above a warning is a takedown. This means the rights holder has said, hey, I don't want you using my work or material at all, and I want that content taken down. This can also redirect any earnings you had from that content over to them as well. And finally, the dreaded copyright strike. This is a bit of a weird one, but most platforms such as Twitch and YouTube allow creators to receive 3 strikes before deleting their channel entirely. Over time, these strikes can and will expire if you start following copyright rules, so it's pretty unlikely you'll be banned. Now, it's really important to understand that these different warnings, takedowns, or strikes aren't coming from the platform. This isn't Twitch or YouTube trying to bully creators. They're coming from the rights holder, whether that is the artist themselves, a record label, or potentially another party who has bought the rights. And yes, this system does mean sometimes people can misuse these tools across all platforms, whether that's pretending to own the copyright material or simply by using it to strike creators despite them actually having every right to use it. Luckily, platforms have ways to help if this happens. YouTube, for example, allows you to contest the claims and say you have the rights, so platforms aren't issuing or
Right, but how do I get access to this music? Ideally.
acting on DMCA at all. Twitch cannot take action without the rights holder asking them to. If they did, they'd be breaching Safe Harbor, which leads me to ask, what the f is Safe Harbor? In short, Twitch is saying our streamers, by going live, have agreed to a terms of service that they will only use material they have the rights to use. We trust they are doing that, but if you see them not doing that, you can ask us to do something, and we will, but we aren't responsible or liable. This protects Twitch from any trouble, and it's why everyone was laughing at Kickstaff when they went to XQC's stream and told him, hey, can you stop watching The Dark Knight? Because they unwittingly admitted they knew copyright was being breached, making the site liable and responsible. With all of that covered, how do we find safe music if even music that says it's safe might not actually be? And does using music or even short clips like sound effects of memes technically fall under fair use? Well, no. The answer is just no. Like DMCA and strikes in general, fair use is gross and copyright a decent amount better, I would say. So now let's talk about how to tell if music is actually safe to use and the different rules artists often put in place to let you use their music. That's
Nice.
all coming up, as well as a bunch of free examples, but first, I need you to understand we're about to enter a lot of gray area. Every artist is different, and accidentally using music from the wrong artist or playlist can land you in hot water. I'll explain again later exactly how I got myself in trouble by doing this. And that's essentially why for the past 5 years, I've pretty much only used Epidemic Sound for my music and my sound effects, which is why when they offered to sponsor this video, I was incredibly excited. Look, I could sit here and run through how Epidemic Sound has 40,000 songs, 90,000 sound effects, all restriction free. You can use them as much as you want on any social media you want, all under one license. You can publish worry-free worldwide. You've heard it all before, and you know they have all of that. So instead, I want to show you just how powerful and important good music actually is. I'm going to show you 2 clips. I want you to tell me which one you think is more engaging, emotive, and just genuinely better in the comments.
I think we got it this time. I'm feeling powerful, chat. I'm feeling solid. Like we could honestly defeat mountains. I think we got it this time. I'm feeling powerful, chat. I'm feeling solid. Like we could honestly defeat mountains. Which is starting with the big one. I'm just gonna run right into it, and I've died. I think we got it this time. I'm feeling powerful, chat. I'm feeling solid. Like we could honestly defeat mountains. I think we got it this time. I'm feeling powerful, chat. I'm feeling solid. Like
Thanks again to Epidemic for supporting the channel. Now, if you still want to risk it, let's talk about navigating the waters of copyright-safe music online. My rule of thumb when it comes to music is to always look for a usage rights or Creative Commons page for that artist. I won't use music unless I can confidently find that. Let's look at some examples. First, we have Chill Hop. This is a free lo-fi record label that makes music primarily for creators to use in the background. Every video has a link to use their music in videos and streams, and once you click it, in detail they explain how you need to sign up, connect your socials, and also credit the music you use in the description or as an entire panel on Twitch. They have also a very clear FAQ on every other way people try to use their music. Chill Hop is a great example of finding safe free music. Another great example would be Game Chops, who produce video game remixes for a similar reason. If we visit their YouTube and find a link back to their Creative Commons, they simply ask for musicians to be credited when their music is used. This is less strict and can open up to other issues, but it's still enough for me to feel confident in using the music if I wanted to. What about something I wouldn't feel confident with though, despite the artist saying it's safe? Well, let's look at Hyper Potions. If we visit one of their songs that a lot of creators love using and check their description, it says to check their YouTube bio for how to use it. If we check that, it says we can use it only on Twitch streams, and for videos on YouTube, it will be copyright claimed. But if we email them, they'll manually remove the claim or have it resolved. Already, you can see I don't feel super confident with this option. But it gets more difficult because if we check a different video and see the description, it asks for a different approach. You simply need to credit them and won't need to do anything else. With all these extra steps and then a confusing series of guidelines, it's a real use your own risk situation. Personally, I prefer and love how Good Kid have handled it. They tweeted anyone can use any of their music at all, and they have a creator hub to answer questions, but also made it so you can generate a license for the video if you want to be. Let's clear up the last two misconceptions because I know they will be brought up in the comments. No, splitting your VOD track so music you use on streams doesn't appear in VODs doesn't protect you from strikes. You're still using copyright material and live strikes do exist. You're still using an artist's hard work without permission, and no, you aren't doing them a favor by giving them exposure. You don't have enough viewers to help them that. You are not that important. So stop risking your entire platform being banned, and instead, if you want to actually learn how to make good content and be discovered, click here. And if you want to support the channel for just $1 a month, click here. I'll see you guys next week.
Okay. So overall, what that means is that there's not really a way around using copyrighted music. It's kind of funny though, because I do see a bunch of different streamers use copyrighted music when they stream. Where they probably just split it from the VOD. But that seems a bit risky then. I mean, I suppose that... Yeah, I mean, I suppose that people will have to watch them live to actually catch them in streaming with copyrighted music, I suppose. Let's see. Free copy. Music for creators.
Everything you know about using music in your streams and videos is wrongly safe to you. Thanks again to Epidemic for supporting the channel. My rule of thumb when it comes to music is to always look for a usage rights or Creative Commons page for that artist. I won't use music unless I can confidently find that. Let's look at some examples. First, we have Chill Hop. This is a free lo-fi record label that makes music primarily for creators to use in the background.
Chill Hop.
Every video has a link to use their music in videos and streams.
Do they have the usage page somewhere? Some service. Ah, user music. Similar. Hmm. Okay. I suppose this is gonna be another day. Hmm. Okay, so we're not allowed to use the music on Spotify, huh? Stream the music directly from the dashboard. Well, let's try. Let me see if it looks correct. Nice. Ooh, this is nice. There's the one. The only problem I have when I'm on my account is... No, I thought my headphones just didn't work. I mean, I've just gotten a YouTube ID, but I'm not sure if that is actually me or not. How do I then sign in again? Okay, it logged me in with my Google account. Hmm. Is that just how I log in? So we're gonna put this into the description. See, I like this description. Save. And how does it work on Twitch? Go to your channel's page on Twitch for the updated Twitch. Go to your channel's page on Twitch. Home. Oh, channel. Go to about. I don't see it. Uh, where is the about page? Edit panels. And mm. Download file. Drag it. Done. Drag it. Done. And what else? And what else? Nice. Look at this. Nice. Look at this. And I suppose that's how we do it. Now we have access to music. That's how we do it. Now we have access to music. I really don't understand their sign-in methods though. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Right. And as long as I have this in the description, then it should be fine as well on YouTube. So I think that's about it. Alright, this is pretty cool. So here I can hear the music, but I can also change the sounds if I don't want any CD noise. And I can very nice. Actually take this down. Then I can change the sound to we want rain, sea noise, stream, forest and birds. This is actually really cool, I think. sound. Turn up the music. Late night vibes. This is so nice. Question is then, does it just play random or can I choose which one I want? All right. All right. I think that's probably about it. What about the Twitch highlight? I need that as well. Just download it. Rename. There's no rename option. Delete. How was it I made the audio track larger? Make the audio, how to say it? Audio waveforms. That is not what I'm looking for. He has the same issues I do. Top left of the timeline is a button with 3 rectangles in a line just below, and to the left the edge in your image. Click this and there is an option to expand away from or down. Top of left timeline. Top left timeline. 3 rectangles in a line. Is a button with three rectangles. This is free. Oh, I don't understand these instructions. Top left of the timeline is a bottom with 3 rectangles in a line. Gotta be this one. Just below and to the left of the edge in your image. Top left of the timeline, 3 rect. Just below there is an A. me not understand. Ah, yeah, maybe. Display from border? No. Alright.
Welcome back.
This guy looks like he has the stuff I'm looking for. Bro, please. That's not what I'm looking for. Come on, mate. Yes. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Are set good and they're kind of down like areas in your audio. Let's jump into Fairlight. I'm going to show you this cool little trick. In DaVinci Resolve here, we can make our waveforms bigger, right? By grabbing our gain line and boosting it up. But what if our levels are set good and they're kind of down like this, but we know there's a problem, we just can't find it. We need to see the waveform a little bit bigger. Well, if you hold your Option and Command key on a Mac or your Alt and Control key on a PC, move your middle mouse wheel, it's going to zoom.
Oh my god. Alt and Control. Do I have to go into Fairlight? That doesn't help though. How do I do it in the edit page?
Zoom those waveforms up or down based on the way you're scrolling your mouse wheel. So let's say I know there's a problem right here. I wanted to make them bigger, so I can come up here, zoom in just a little bit. Now I can see that problem. Now use this tip, add a couple keyframes. Okay, select assign a keyboard shortcut, particular clip based on however we adjusted our not config 428 in the books, guys. I will see.
Okay, nice. Can you show me how I do it in the edit page though? Whatever.
Way to sort of avoid this whole
This says ChatGPT, see if it can help me figure out why the logo disappears whenever I try to apply the rectangle mask, because that is not supposed to happen. At least that. All right. Now when I think about it, is there a way to now when I'm listening I mean now I'm listening to music, so that would be in the VOD of the stream. I'm curious if it's possible to just split the music or somehow needed to different audio tracks somehow. Yep. Probably not, huh? Be another day. So let's try this. So let's try this. So here you make it full alpha. alpha. Here. Just from there, I think we can cut it. Probably there as well. That's the background note, which it doesn't want to do. Add it till we correct one there. I think we can probably delete it. So here you make it full alpha. Want to do? Let's go a couple of frames. Put it there. Want to do? So here you make it full alpha. Want to do? Ah, I missed the one where I dragged the so we still want this. Just don't want that. So there. Just this part we probably want to delete. Oh, it's still there. Wait, is this piece in the middle here? Then can I size this one up a little bit? Want to do? Want to do? Want to do? Yeah, we can remove the audio later. Just make sure I don't. Should be fine. Did it always have this function? Whatever. Did it always have this function? Whatever. Got a little bit more. Here. Up there. I can attach it to as much as I want. I can attach it to as much as I want. I can attach attach it to as much as I want. Oh, oops. What the? I can attach it to as much as I want. I'm definitely listening to music there, but I can see if I can edit it out somehow. Oh, whoops. What the? Wait, did I say something in that section? I need to turn off the music for now. It's me that's messing around with stuff. I can just hear a bunch of weird sounds, probably me moving stuff around or messing around with the mic. What is this? Sorry. Why can't I not attach it to this sudden? Hmm. Don't understand what's happening here. Don't understand what's happening. What's happening here? It's like it's like it's like it's like it's kind of stuck in the background and I have to move it forward somehow. Oh, man, There's something I don't understand here for sure.
And they do that. Then goes to be Twitch. Background.
Oh my god. I think I just found the issue. It says ChatGPT, see if it can help me figure out why the logo disappears whenever I try to apply the rectangle mask, because that is not supposed to happen. At least that's. It says ChatGPT, see if it can help me. It says ChatGPT, see if it can help me figure out why the logo disappears whenever I try to apply the rectangle mask. It says can I do that? Oh my god. Can I do that? Can I do that? Oh my god. Haha. Haha. This is so nice. Finally stuff starts to work. So let's try this. So here you make it. You make it equal alpha. Start the music again. I don't need sound as much. 1 to do. Probably cut. So I'm messing around. So at least around here. One to do. too many seconds when nothing happens here. About there. And just like this. Oh, whoops. What the? Oh, what the? What? Oh, whoops. What the? Oh, what the? It's there. What the? Hmm. Hmm. What is this? What is this? Hmm. Hmm. What is this? Hmm. Don't understand what's happening here. It's like it's kind of stuck in the background and I have to move it forward somehow. There's something I don't understand here for sure. It says ChatGPT, see if it can help me figure out. It says ChatGPT, see if it can help me figure out why the logo disappears whenever I try to apply the rectangle mask, because that is not supposed to happen. At least that's not the intended effect that I want, to say the least. Let's move these clips out a little bit. I think I want to switch the order between when I say I want to help ChatGPT and then take the screenshots. You there. I want these there. Can I do that? Can I do that? Oh, oh my god. Haha. Oh, this is so nice. Finally stuff starts to work. Want to do? Let's add it as a new compound clip. Trimmed clip. Just so it's a bit easier to work with. Want to do? Want to do? And just like this. I can probably delete this whole section. Want to do? It's attached. And just like this. Speed change. Say 200. What was it before? "34 seconds, we like that." Open inspector. Goes to speed change. But didn't I just do exactly the same thing though? I believe I did. Can I change the durations? Nope, cannot. What if I add a 0? Okay, then it goes way faster. What if I say 500? 500 only cuts a second. $1,500 goes to 11. And just this shouldn't be affected whatsoever. Add a 0. Wait, it takes the full clip though, doesn't it? Yeah, because I don't start messing around with the rectangle node or the rectangle mask and the media in node until later. Alright, need to visit the bathroom real quick.
part of a clip in DaVinci Resolve. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you are in the edit page, then right click the clip in the timeline and go to retime controls. Then go ahead and move the timeline playhead, this red arrow, to where you want to speed up the clip. So I want the speed change to happen at 4 seconds here, as you can see. Then click on this arrow here to open this menu and just click on add speed point. Then move the playhead to the part where you want the speed adjustments to.
Go here. I don't see that. Retime controls.
Then go ahead and move the timeline playhead, this red arrow, to where you want to speed up the clip. So I want the speed change to happen at 4 seconds here, as you can see. Then click on this arrow here to open this menu and just click on add.
Why can I not add speed point? I can't have it in the very beginning. Then I'm just gonna have it 1 frame after the clip starts then.
Speed point. Then move the playhead to the part where you want the speed adjustments to end. So I want it to end at 6 seconds like this. And now just go ahead and click on this expansion arrow again and add another speed point like this. To only speed up this part of the clip, you can just grab the right gray handle here and you want to grab it on the top like this. Click, hold and just drag to the left to increase the speed like this. You can now see the clip.
So move it to the end. Can't do that either. So we just go. So we just go a frame back. Still can't do that. Couple more frames. Now can. Frame. Now can't. So 1 frame back. And another speed point. I cannot grab that.
Is doubled in speed, so 200%, or you can slow the clip down to say 50% like this. And now only the parts in between these two like this. You can now see the clip is doubled in speed, so 200%, or you can slow the clip down to say 50%.
I cannot grab the speed handle. Oh, whoops, that's not my intention. I have to zoom in quite a lot for me to grab the speed handle. We wanted to go relatively quickly, I would say. Let's try 50%. And I think it needs to be even faster. Let's try again. And and speed handle is a bit annoying to grab, I will say. It's 250. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. That cut. Oh, whoops. to do. What the? What is this? Don't understand what's happening here. It's like it's kind of stuck in the background and I have to move it forward somehow. There's something I don't understand here for sure. This as well. One to do. What the? What is this? Don't understand what's happening here. It's like it's kind of stuck in the background and I have to move it forward somehow. There's something I don't understand here for sure. It says ChatGPT, see if it can help me figure out why the logo disappears whenever I try to apply the rectangle mask. Because that is not supposed to happen. At least that's not the intended effect that I want, to say the least. Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? Oh my god. Haha. Oh, this is so nice. Finally stuff starts to work. want to do. Want to do. I think this is the time horizon, I think. So we have a reel that's just below 2 minutes. Let's try another. Let's try another style of music. Beats to bop. Moody and sad beats. Sunshine Beats. Let's try that one. Even though, to be quite frank, I think they all sound very similar, if I'm completely honest. I don't really hear that much of a difference between the different tracks that I have. Right, I have to pee again, and then let's start adding some effects. Drag effect.
Hello, and today I will be showing you how to make your screen.
Serious? He sounds really, really young.
Mouse. It's pretty simple. First, insert some footage. Yeah. Alright, then, well, then, add in the transform. Well, actually, no, don't add in transform. You do not need transform for this. You can use it if you want, but honestly, just go like this, anchor these two, and then zoom in, go to where your mouse is, and then you see your mouse, yeah. And keyframe by keyframe, you can make it fall. You can make your screen follow the mouse. There's a way to do it, make it look a lot smoother, and I'll be showing you that too. I usually do keyframe by keyframe when I do this, but I'm just trying to make it easy for you guys.
Control C, my friend. Control Z. Control Z.
I did not mean to do that. I guess it doesn't really matter. And then I'll reset that though.
Today I want to show
I mean, I know you can do it keyframe by keyframe, but if I can find a way that it does it somewhat automatically, it would be nice, but let's see if
Show
there
you
are
how
other
to track
ways.
moving objects in DaVinci Resolve. To begin, go down and click on Fusion, then hold Ctrl and push space to bring up the Select Tool menu. Type in Planner Tracker in the search bar, then go down and click on Add. Now move your timeline slider to where you want to begin motion tracking, then go over to Controls and click on Set. Under Pattern, expand the Tracker dropdown and select Hybrid Point, then under Motion, select Translation. Now click a square box around the object you want to track, then go over and click this button so it tracks to the end of your video. Once complete, expand the operation mode and select Stabilize. Now if we go back to our edit screen, we can see a black edge where DaVinci has cut off the frames to make the object being tracked fit inside the screen. To correct this, simply zoom in enough where you can no longer see the black edges of the frame.
In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to zoom track in DaVinci Resolve 17 and 18. So we're going to hop over to our Edit tab in DaVinci Resolve. So here we have a video on Roblox of my friend jumping off a cliff and shouting loud. Run! So, what we're going to do is we're going to try track him while he's jumping down. The way we're going to do this is we're going to go over and select the clip, go over to our inspector, which you'll need turned on. We're going to add this keyframe at the very top. It's opposite transform, and click on it. You're going to zoom in, and then you're going to position it to where you want your first frame to be. Once you have this zoom set, you can't change this unless you want to zoom in or out. But if you just want to track something, it has to stay the same zoom. So now you want to go along your video by millisecond by just tapping the right arrow key. And every time something substantial changes, you're going to add a new keyframe at the top and position it to the center again.
Again, this manual.
Today I want to show you guys this face tracker effect in DaVinci Resolve. To begin, go down and click on Fusion, then click on Median 1 and hold Ctrl and push space to bring up the Select Tool menu. Type Planner Tracker in the search bar, then go down and click on Add. Now move your timeline slider to where you want to begin motion tracking, then go over to Controls and click on Set. Under Pattern, expand the Tracker dropdown and select Hybrid Point, then under Motion Type, select Translation. Now click a square box around the face that you want to track, then go over and click this button so it tracks to the end of your video. Once complete, expand the operation mode and select Stabilize. Now if we go back to our edit screen, we can see a black edge where DaVinci has cut off the frames to make the face being tracked fit inside the screen. To correct this, simply zoom in enough where you can no longer see the black edges of the frame.
Can I do that with the mouse though? One. Should give myself a little bit more leeway. Oh, I can't. Yeah. Ah, that's fine. Good. I don't fully understand what these pivot does, but yeah. So let's say we start there. Along these lines. That looks nice. No, I forgot the name of the tracking tool that they had.
Today I want to show you how to timeline slider to where you want to begin motion tracking.
Planar tracker. Was that the same thing with?
Today under pattern.
That was also planar tracker.
In this tutorial, I'll show you how to, and then in the inspect.
This one is also planar tracker. I see. Or was it that they used them?
Vector set reference time from the button set. So let's move back to frame 0. That's set tracker to hybrid point and area, motion type to translation, and then in a preview window we need to select an area that we want to track by creating a few points. So a rectangle shape would do something like this, and then simply click track to end button and give DaVinci some time to do the analyzing. And after this process is done,
Installation. Background Luma. I'm not exactly sure how you use this tool, to be completely honest. We don't want it to track till the end though. We want to zoom out fairly quickly. We will just want to track where it goes, drops the thing, and then it stops. That. Oh my god, now. What am I doing? Ah, what did I do? To remove those keyframes. What is that? Alright. You know what? Let's start over. I think that's just easier. Transform. I will definitely look into how that tracker works, that's for sure. Why does it start up? Holy. Oh my god. What am I even doing now? Alright, we start here. Alright. Nope, we weren't at the beginning. God damn it. Start here. We keyframe there. And we then hit play to where the mouse is. So it ought to be there, roughly. Then we set the keyframes. We size in. We adjust. So we are now above the cursor. We zoom in a little bit more. And that should be it. Nice.
So I've done a few videos on the planar tracker, but for some reason, it's just hard to wrap your mind around. So this video is the very simplest, basic explanation I could possibly give for how to use a planar tracker inside of Fusion. So I have a shot here of these mountains, and let's say I want to make this sky a little bit more interesting. This is the perfect situation to use a planar tracker for, because if I were to put some clouds up here in the sky and I didn't track this, those clouds wouldn't be moving along with this moving shot, and it would be a dead giveaway that it's a visual effect. So what a planar tracker does is it tracks a bunch of points in whatever area we want for our image, and it lets us kind of stick things to it. So down here in my node flow, I have my media in and my media out. I have nothing else going on yet. Sky, let's just put the text right after our original footage here, our media, all these different options here in the inspector. We'll get to those in a second, but first what I want to do is select a part of the image that is going to move the exact same way as the area of the image that I oftentimes and drag and make a shape just on the top edge of these mountains here. Something like this. And I want to make sure that whatever I select, those all move kind of all together, right? On a frame that is similar to the rest of the shot. Foreground elements moving, actually happening, and not getting thrown off by aided track can, because it's less points. It was really easy to set up, create planar transform between the text and our merge. Now we have our clouds going that I did earlier here, example that's done. Anything that you want to move along with possibly could be floating there in the sky, because do our merge like this, put this in between the text and our merge. Now we have our clouds going here, but now they move along with the shot. And now, even though this is text and it's not really possible for text to just be floating there in the sky, it looks like it possibly could be floating there in the sky because the tracker works. And that's basically how it's done. Anything that you want to move along with the shot, you just run through a planar transform. So I have an example that I did earlier here that takes an actual sky, and we merge this over a background to kind of resize this to 1920 by 1080. We do some color correction, and we run that through a planar transform, and that goes over our shot here. We also have a mask where we're kind of limiting it to not be over the mountains, and that mask is also running through the planar transform. We can see here, this is moving the mask along with our shot. Like that. Then we kind of crop the edges because it's widescreen. And now we have a pretty convincing sky replacement that's really, really easy just using a planar transform. And there's a lot more complicated things you can do with the planar tracker, but honestly, that's how I use it most of the time, is you just track the area that you want to track, use the simplest motion type you can get away with, you create a planar transform, and you put that planar transform in between whatever you want to stick to the shot and the merge that's actually merging it over the shot. You can duplicate this same planar transform and put it in between masks. You can use the planar transform 50 times if you want to. In fact, after you're done tracking, you don't even need the planar tracker anymore. That's all done, and all of the data and everything that you need is baked into this planar transform. That's a really nice way to kind of save out your tracking data, and you can use this for sky replacements. You can...
I think for now, let's just go with simple frame by frame adjustments, I think. That. Let's just apply an ease out effect here. Do you want it to go really fast, or do you want it to go really slow in the beginning? Probably not. It's probably fine. Yeah. Why can I not move the frames with my keyboard? This is a bit annoying. Oh my god, what I'm doing. Ah, like that. Nice. Size out from the mouse click. I believe this was 0.8. Like this. Want to do? Well, that was definitely not smooth. Yeah, we're gonna delete that keyframe. Does Dragon work now? Now it does work. Yeah. So here we set a couple of keyframes. And here we start zooming out. I want it to go relatively quickly, I think. So let's set the keyframe here. Set U to 1. 1.8. 0.5. And we set U to 0.5 as well. And this should be relatively smooth. 1 to do. To do. Zoom that in a little bit. One to do. One to do. One to do. Kill the audio on that one. I think I need to apply some voiceover there. Whoops. Sorry about that. Alright. I think that's about it for today. Or at least for now. I might come online again after I'm done making dinner. But so far I hope you enjoyed and see you maybe later. It's time to make dinner.